and scientist. His domain is explainable AI, and one more was like we have called three industry experts. That too, they are all what is that? Having like 20 plus years of experience in that domain. When they came to our university and they saw our student project, they really appreciated and they thought, because you have called us for BCA projects. In our mind, when you are called for BCA, we thought that what this student will do. It's a minor thing, right? But our students' performance was outstanding, behind their expectations. So anyhow, just have a look. Yeah. So these are all like fire detection and kind of like see you have in IoT. IoT, what exactly this IoT is? Internet of Things. Things are connected to internet. Understood? Like all everybody are just talking about smart boards, smart, and then see we have this is like project. So project for automatic. Uh, sorry. One minute. Automatic traffic monitoring, and then yeah, this project actually it is smart uh, irrigation or cultivation. So detect the moisture, means soil moisture. Based on that, automatically this watering the plant and other things will be identified. So this has won the second prize, and that too, they have collected. Uh, so lot of like this kind of a real-time project. They have done this, and this has got second prize. There's one more project I'll show you. I don't have time to explain all those things, but this is overall based on the soil moisture. Detect like based on that, they will going to automatically switch on those motors and watering this plant, and sometimes like they'll switch on this motor. Not only the same, but again, like it is like whatever the crop they have cultivated. So protecting that, there are some security measures which they have taken it. So all these things. See, this is it doesn't have covered all these things, the demonstration and all. You just see, yeah. This as you know already, you are aware of it. Yeah. So yeah, identifying the fire and immediately the robot. So smart fire extinguisher. So then here also, yeah. Yeah, this one has got the first prize, which is Smart City, Zega Smart City, and they have published one paper on this in a national and international conference both. Sorry, yeah, almost all like nowadays, everyone is thinking about this smart city. Smart city means what? Do you have any idea about the smart city? Smart city means what?
It's I think very smart and
Hmm.
fully all the robotic tools are going to be involved in that.
Yeah, anything else? Anything?
No hard work, much hard involved in it.
No much hard work is involved in that. Any other things? Any other things? Any other things?
But that's not the world water planting involved.
Yeah. Okay. Then So here there are so many things for there in this. This is a big project actually, and this has won the first prize. Sorry, this project has won the first prize. Wherein in the smart city, a lot of things, a lot of features they have incorporated in that, and still they are working on that. And they wanted to add a few more features, and they wanted to expand this project in the coming semesters. Now here, what they did is actually smart. What is it? Traffic management, and then here if you are violating any traffic rules, automatically you will be getting an alert messages and smart parking. When you enter into that city, automatically you will get where and all you need to park your vehicle, block number, and then so they have marked it like block A, block 2, block 3, and in block A, so there are so many slots, slot 3, slot 4. Immediately the vehicle enter into the city, they will get an information where exactly that vehicle need to be parked. Okay, and then the same way there are swimming pool over there, so water cleaning, keep on monitoring the water level and its what is it pollution level and all. If they found that has been crossed some threshold, then automatically there are what is it few devices they have made that will automatically clean that water. In the same way, many things related to that. Even you have park over there, so automatically this watering those plant, maintaining that. So anything like a lot of things over here. They have implemented and still they are working on that. So this has got, and just BCA students have invested nearly 1 lakh for this. Yeah, they have invested 1 lakh on this, that to 10 members project. Okay. So anyhow,
Which university is this?
Anapoya University, Zega Smart City project that they have planned. And see, this is smart. What is that? Stick. Smart stick in the sense, nowadays for the blind people, just giving a stick is not enough. So they should know, like if any object or somebody appears in front of them, so they need to detect and give an alert message, like some object is there and pit holes or something and all is there. So need to be alerted, and then as per that they have to take left or right turns. Even sometimes an audio message to them, like take a left, take a right, or something, detecting those objects. So that as a stick, actually smart stick which perform multiple tasks. Okay. So and even if they found any kind of what is it threats, kind of an issue, any security issue. So even in that case, relevant whoever is relevant to those like concerned people, an alert message will be sent like your what is that? You're the person who belongs to you, the concerned one is having some what is it problems. Immediately an alert message will be sent to them. So here it's a smart, but lot of things can be done over here. One is to identify the object, and then visuals and alert message, and then what else? And tracking also where and all they are going at. So because nowadays the blind people and age old people, they were there in a home where nobody is there to take care of them. So and even nowadays the parents, like in the sense both husband and wife used to work. Nobody is there in a home, and this blind people the stick has been given, and people can monitor them in from their office. Is it where and all they were going in, what and all it's happening, their movements, and even the person who is using that stick will get so many alert messages as and when he encounters any kind of problems and issues. Yeah.
So is this stick launched or something like that?
It's launched, but not here. It has been launched, and so many features they are still trying to add into that. And this is actually what is that? We have seen. Even if you can Google and see in YouTube, in many countries it has been launched. Even in India, if we are using it, but not all the features.
But compared to India, how is it going to be used for poor people? They are
Poor people, it all depends. Like when they are investing on this technology, some may be an expensive. Yeah, maybe it is expensive. Poor people may not afford this, but anyhow, this is a feature. When they are doing it, it's for like not like considering the poor or others. It's for humanity and what best they can do for this poor or blind people and age old people. And people who are ready to offer this, for them this feature is there. And now once it has been started, now people start working on that, and they will find out how they can reduce that amount, and so that it can be affordable. Even poor people can use this. Okay.
Basically, they can utilize the best we get from that.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, this is also even this industry people have appreciated this, like how they have done this. I mean, like as in BCA, undergraduate students, UG students have done this project. Okay, so anyway, it is related to IoT. I just thought let me show you all this things. And he's also an industry expert who is giving advice, and then we have appreciated. We have given praises as well. So, I think here it is. So, okay, anyhow, yes, sir is here. Inshallah, if I get time in the future, so we will see what those projects and what they have done. Okay, and issues related to this, I would AML, inshallah. Okay, Jazakumullahu khair.
Sir is expert in AI, both are professors only. Inshallah, at the, giving the valuable time actually. Inshallah, appreciate sir everything. Inshallah. So sir is from Kiri College of Engineering. US was the professor. Now inshallah, sir, yes sir will be continuing. Inshallah the session inshallah as per the plan. Okay.
How did you find this? Anything you understood? Inshallah. It was not possible for me to take much time on this particular topic because as soon as the client was theirs. Okay. Inshallah. Yes. चलिए ठीक है जरा ठीक है एक बार आया था आज का ठीक है मैं करता हूँ
See, without mic, is it audible?
Yes,
Ask
sir.
us, because there is some disturbance. So,
Shall I sleep?
yes, is it audible to you? Assalamu alaikum. Myself, Syed Riaz. I am working in Presidency University as an assistant professor. So actually, we have set up 2 labs in Presidency University. We have 2 IoT labs there with some real application with for BTech and BCA. So both for engineering as well as BCA. So whatever the content is there, the same thing I will be teaching to you. But actually here, see, the thing is, we have to invest more on the sensors, sensor IoT devices. See, as you know, like IoT is about connecting things using internet. So what do you mean by things? Do you have any idea? So IoT is basically it's Internet of Things, right? Okay. So here the things will be connected through the internet. See, if there is no internet, then the things cannot communicate. So what could be the things?
Possible through Bluetooth.
No, it's through internet. Without internet, we cannot do anything in a IoT. If internet is there, only then we can do something. So that's why it's called as Internet of Things. I'll just, do you know what do you mean by things? Any idea about this?
Things related to robotics.
Yeah, it's sure related to robotics, but any examples could you give? Okay, fine. Just let me start. See, you can just look at the slide, so you can come to know. See, there are a lot of fields nowadays. There are a lot of fields are there. Like you have AI, cloud computing, blockchain. So you could see like here there are a lot of things are mentioned. Data analytics. So all these are all. Just wait for some minute.
You can see.
So from this slide, you can easily come to know like IoT is being used in all the fields. Okay. So wherever we go without IoT, we cannot do anything. See, if you're just going to mall, you could see like the door will open automatically. So all it is done with the help of sensors. Okay. So everywhere now it is been embedded with all the fields, and even easily in electronics, mechanical, in almost all the fields we can implement IoT. Okay. So that's what I want to convey here. Like IoT is the a leader. That means IoT is in the sense the devices. Okay. Further we discussed like what the devices, sensors we use. So right now just it's make an impact like IoT. It is being used in almost all the fields. Okay. So next you could just look at from this slide. See, earlier we had something called as pre-internet era. Like you want to communicate, we are using just messages. There was no internet earlier. So you want to communicate to other people, we are just messaging, right? So there was no internet during that time. It was just only using the human to human. It was we are using simple SMS. So after that we got like internet of content. That is World Wide Web. So we could communicate through some websites. Okay. So we are using like email, information, entertainment. So that was the next era. So again after that we had Web 2, that is okay, World Wide Web, a second version. It's a second generation of World Wide Web. Even we have like Web 3.0. So Web 3 is it's the integration of your latest technologies like AI. So AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning. So all these are embedded in a Web 3.0. So that's like World Wide Web. And that's the era of internet services. Next we had internet of people. Like by using social media, we could able to communicate. Like if there are from different parts of the world, we can use Skype or we can use any desk. So there are many applications. So you could be anywhere. So anywhere to anywhere we can communicate through using these social media tools. Like so you should have an internet connection. So you should have an internet connection. Only then you could do something. Okay. So here I'll just let you know next slide what is the things. I'll just come back. So you can just see this scenario. See, if you just look at the car, see like the person is arriving from a car. See, once if he reaches the home, okay. So in the home, everything is it's like smart home. So your lock is smart, okay, lights, everything is based on the sensors. See, when somebody reaches at the home, the door should identify like you have reached. So it should open automatically. So you should not open it manually. The door should automatically identify you and it should open. See, once if you enter into the house, the light should on. Like initially there will be no light, so the sensor has to identify some movement in the house. Okay, so it should make the lights to on automatically. And next, if you have AC, like if the temperature is more, so depend on the temperature, the AC has to get automatically on. It's set to some particular temperature. See, all these are happening automatically. Okay, so we are not doing anything. So here things are communicating to each other. Like see, once the person reaches, he will be having his mobile. He will have some sensor. The smart lock will also has a sensor. So both will identify, like both will be communicating with some messages. Okay. See, whenever like you want to communicate to some messages or something you want to communicate, you should have a unique ID. Like see, if you use the internet, so when you are sending the mails, okay, without IP address you cannot do anything, right? So if you do not have IP address for your system, so it cannot be send any message to the other system. So here IP address is a must. In a similar way, here each things will have a unique ID, okay, unique ID or MAC ID. So through that it will identify like something has reached or it communicates by itself. Okay, so that is called as things. Things will be communicating to each other using a unique ID. Okay, so you can just look at this second definition here. So things refers to the physical objects with a unique IP address. Like if the things want to communicate, they should have an IP address. Then they could send and receive a messages. Okay. So here internet is a must whenever like we are using the IoT. So your things will be communicated to each other through this. Okay. And next, data is collected from the surrounding environment. Like the sensors will be there. So the sensors will collect the data. If I use a temperature sensor, so it collects the surrounding temperature. I can find out like what's the right now is the temperature here using the particular sensor. So sensor will be collecting data from the surrounding environment. Okay, so how we collect data physically? Like we will go to some place or we will get from some online resource. Whereas the sensor will take the real data from the surroundings. And next, data could be analyzed in cloud or locally. So you want to analyze the data, we are using normal CPU or we can use a IoT devices or we can even use a cloud. There will be some remote servers in the cloud. Okay, so there your data could be analyzed instead of analyzing locally. So locally in the sense like physically with the system or some devices. Whereas in the remotely you can analyze your data in the cloud. So there are some servers like ThinkSpeak server. You could just refer those. You can create an account and you can make your data analysis in your cloud. Okay. So that's what it's conveyed here. So and it will be see here the devices are connected through the internet. So right now, like if you use a system, we are using what is the internet connection we are using? We may use LAN cable and we may use Ethernet or Wi-Fi. So it's like we are using a protocol like IP4 or IP6 version. So Internet Protocol 4. So now we are using IP4 version of protocol for communicating this. Okay. So we have something called as data communications. Okay, to communicate with the data, we have some protocols, data communication models are there. So that's a theory part of it. So right now we just understand like to connect to the internet, we should have some medium. So I'll just show you like what things will be there. See here, this will tell you like, see either we could use a cellular phone or Wi-Fi, Ethernet or BLE. See these are all like different mediums to connect to the internet. Like we have Z-Wave, ZB, and we have one more protocol called as a 6LoWPAN, 6 low power wireless personal area network. See these protocols are used to connect small devices. See your IoT devices are very small. So it will be maximum your credit card size. So whatever your credit card or debit card you have, so it is of that size. Okay. So that will have different communication protocol. Whereas normal CPU will have like IP4 and IP6. Whereas for the this IoT devices will have different protocols. Okay, like it could be 6LoWPAN, Z-Wave, ZigBee. So these are the protocols we are using. And next you can see here, these are the things. So IoT stands for Internet of Things. So things could be anything. It could be sensors or it could be any IoT devices. Okay, these are all like smart things. Okay, so you need to connect these things to a device. See, without the device, we cannot do it. See, these things we cannot connect to the CPU or your laptop. Okay, so you would be connecting lot of things to your CPU, right? We'll have USB connections. We can connect different types of boards to the CPU. Whereas sensor we cannot connect. Can you connect any sensor for the CPU? Do you have any options to connect?
No.
Even for the laptops, we don't get that pins for connecting the sensor. See, only your IoT devices will have those pins. Like we'll have digital pins, analog pins, different types of pins will be there. So there we will be connecting your sensors. Okay. So without those pins, you cannot connect a sensor and you cannot integrate anything. Okay. Normal CPU we use just for the normal purpose. We cannot integrate your sensor data into the CPU or your laptop. Okay. So that's what I just wanted to convey here. And the basic components will be like first sensors. See, without sensor we cannot do anything in the IoT. So even you can just look like you have something called driverless cars. So like if any object is found, it will identify like something is there. It will take a turn or it will move something. So this is all with the help of sensor. The sensor will be finding some object in a particular distance and then it will into the action. Okay. So again, if you go to a big malls, the doors will automatically open. So if there is a movement or if some warm body is there, so it will identify like something is here, the doors will open. So again, that is with the sensor. So we use like IR and PIR sensors for that. So along with the sensors, we use the IoT devices. Okay. So I will show you next class about the sensors, like how we can use it. See, the sensor will be inactive. So if we just look at here, the sensors, see here, these are the sensors. These are all like different types of sensors, all connected to some device. See, your sensor will be inactive, like it doesn't have any power. See, it doesn't have a cell or battery cell in that. It will not get any power. See, it has to be connected to the IoT device. The device will give power for your sensor. So then the sensor will into the action. So whatever the sensor you use, so depend on its capability, it into the action. Okay? But you need to connect to the IoT device. That's a must. Okay? If you are not connecting, see, first thing is you need to have the device which you are using for the IoT sensor you should have. So first you will be connecting that. So you will be connecting a sensor to the device. using the jumper wires. See here we are using some wires to connect to that. In the sensor also we'll have ground pins, we'll have the 5 volt, 3 volt power, because the sensors are very teeny things, very small things. So it can take only 3 volt or 5 volt of power. See, from the IoT devices, we will give the power to the sensor, and then you have to connect in a proper way to the pins. See, once if it is done, the next part is we have to write a program. Okay? So you have to write a program. Then based on what you are writing, so you will be getting the output on the sensor. It's like you want IR sensor to detect something. So we have to first connect the sensor to the board, and we have to write a program. So here, when you write a program, either we could use Python or we can use IDE called as Arduino IDE. It's a version of C or C++. So further we will be learning that how to write a code, and how to. First thing is we will be understanding the circuit diagram. See how your sensor is connected and what pins are there in your sensor. So here it is IoT is little bit of electronic. So you should have some basic knowledge of electronics, like what is the ground, what is power, okay, and some knowledge about that. And you will have things that will be integrated with your board, and we have to write some code using some applications. See, if you want to write a Java program, what ID you need? If you want to write a Java program, so no. See, if you want to write a Java program, you need some editor, right?
Yeah.
So directly you cannot. Okay, you need some editor to be there. What editor we are using for Java? Eclipse. Eclipse we are using NetBeans. Okay, there are many sorts of editors are there where you will write the code and you will compile it. If you are using C, C++, we use like Borderland C++ editor or some online editors. And if you are using Python, we are using like PyCharm or Jupyter Notebook, or we can use Colab also, you can use Google Colab. If you have online Colab, you can write a program in Python, and then we will integrate with the hardware. Okay? The same thing you will be learning further how to do this. So here, yes, any doubts?
I have a doubt. So what if a person is coming from a commerce background, and how is he going to enable the Python things and all, like programming? How is it going to learn for that?
See Python, see here nowadays, see everything is using Python, because see Python uses lot of libraries. Okay, so there are many libraries are there like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib. See, by using that, within 2 or 3 lines we could write a code. So earlier people, like if you want to write a program, you should have studied computer science or you should have knowledge of programming. But now Python is used, maximum it is used by mechanical engineers, electronic engineers. Even they have not studied computer science, but they are using it because it is very easy to use. So you need to have only the functions. All libraries will be there. So you need to call those functions. You do not to write a lengthy code. So you want to draw a circle. Okay. So earlier if you are using C program, you have to write pages of code just to draw a circle or just to draw a single line. So we have to define everything. Whereas in a Python, we use a library called as matplotlib. So using that library, easily we can import the library. You can just say like pi, and you can give the parameters like what size you wanted. So within 1 or 2 lines, it will plot a pie chart or any bar chart, anything. So you need not to write a lengthy code. And the same thing here also, we have some libraries like you want to use your temperature sensor. So there is a Adafruit library. So we have to import that library first, and we are using one function. Just within 2 to 3 lines of code, you will be getting your output. Okay. So that's the advantage of Python. And here we are using lot of libraries, and we have like one more PyCamera. So if you install that PyCamera library, just with the dot start recording or stop recording, you can record a video. Or you want to capture an image, you can use a function called dot capture. So if you don't use the libraries, then you have to write a lengthy code. See, we are using for almost all the thing, we are first importing the libraries. From the libraries, some function will call. So the function will be maximum within 3 to 4 lines, maximum 10 lines of code only you get.
For studying purpose, we can use the library. For what if for the working professionals, if they ask for the interview and all, so if they are asking for an interview, like they ask you to write a manual program, so can we use the library for that?
See, Python is basically now why it is what popular is due to libraries. See, many of the mechanical engineers, so you could know like they are very poor in computer science, but they have become data analysts, data scientists using Python, and even mechanical students because it's easy to use it. So finally, we want the work to be done. So how we are doing, it's not a matter, but it should be simple and easy. So instead of making it complicated, writing pages of code, so nobody will understand that, and it takes a lot of time to go through that. So the same thing if you are conveying in 4 to 5 lines, so it would be better. So that's why it's got very high in the market, the Python developers. Okay, so they are all using libraries, and moreover in the Python we can integrate the electronic things like sensors and actuators. So all these we can combine, but we cannot do that in C, C++ or Java. So we have to write a very lengthy code to build into that. But whereas that's why if I use a Raspberry Pi as a IoT device, it comes with the Python interpreter. Raspberry Pi is called as a Python interpreter. It has a built-in Python compiler. So we need to first connect the hardware, and you have to write a little bit of code to implement this. Okay. So that we'll be learning further. So try to understand like what is IoT and so what it does. Okay. So is it clear now what is IoT? So we need to have things connected to the devices. Okay. So things could be like IoT devices like the sensors, or we have two popular IoT boards, Arduino board and Raspberry Pi board. So I'll just show you right now like how it looks. So let me just see. These are all like basic components like sensor, connectivity, data processing. See, data processing we use normally the CPU. So now when you are using the sensor, so we use IoT devices like your Arduino board and Raspberry Pi. So these are the popular. We have even many other devices, but these boards will be used in almost all the places. Okay. Next, the user interface, you will get your output. Okay. So basic things will be sensor, and next connectivity, how we are connecting to the internet, and then processing will be done using the IoT devices. So these are all like the applications. So already there's Usman sir explained you. There are a lot of applications are there for IoT. So you can just type like IoT applications in Google, or there are specific websites are there like Arduino.cc. If you do, it is worldwide. Whatever the projects are done using Arduino board, you can come to know. So it will show you a lot of projects. Even like many students have done the projects, I will be showing you later. But before to that, the basic concept you need to understand what is Internet of Things. What is things and how they communicate, what devices we use. Okay, so that you will be learning. And next you will see here. So imagine what if things start thinking. Okay, so things could be anything. Like as I said, it could be a sensor, or it could be AC, or it could be a smart lock, or it could be a refrigerator. Okay. Now see, we have to go out for dinner, but the refrigerator is not speaking to the stove. Okay. So that means the refrigerator is not communicating with the stove. So or else like the stove will find out what is available in the refrigerator, then it will cook. Okay. So it is like the things they are communicating through the sensor. Okay. So like this, so a lot of things will be communicating. So just like how I gave example, like when you reach the light should on, like this is called as a smart home. Okay. So the application, the first slide I just mentioned, like one of the application here you can see a smart healthcare. So remote health monitoring. See these are all some application like smart home, smart car, environment monitoring, wearable gadgets, industrial application. So IoT is being used in almost all the things. See, smart healthcare is the person will be wearing the sensors. So your any changes in your body, so it will be intimated to the respective doctor. So you need not to go and check if there is some disturbance in your body. So your sensor will intimate. Okay, it will send a message to your doctor like some changes are there. So he will come and then he will be treating you, or it may be from anywhere. So this is all like remote. Okay, so the patient may be somewhere and the doctor is somewhere, but your IoT devices will be monitoring your health. Okay, So like that, it's being used in many things like smart homes, house lighting automatically, cooling ACs automatically, and security. So all these things, it is all done with the help of sensors. Automatically, it will be done, and even the message could be passed to a particular cloud, or it can be passed to somebody else. So this was just about the basics. So again, like why should you learn internet? So these are like just if you learn like what advantage you get. So this architecture and all we will discuss further. So again, these are all again the applications like smart city. So here you could see like everything will be like even like when dustbin fills up, so automatically the sensor will inform the particular department it has been filled, and they can come and do the thing. So like that, everything will be monitored by the sensors in the city. Like you can just look at from this. So these are all like sensors. Okay, it will be in the cloud. So anything which is related with some work. Okay, so that could be identified using the sensors. So smart. These are all like some applications. Already the sir has informed a lot of things like agriculture. So there predictive alarms, livestock monitoring. So all this with the help of sensors, easily we can do the smart grids. We can drones will monitor the crops. Okay. So livestock management, soil management. So for all this, you will have a lot of sensors. So that will be like monitoring you all the things.
So coming to the doctoring fields,
Pardon?
coming to the doctoring fields, so if the sensors are going to be launched and all, so it's totally going to be, the doctors are going to try to get vanished for, like their jobs are going to get vanished.
Yeah, you see, it's like, see nowadays even AI we are using, right? So all people will say like if AI comes, everything will be done. But all will be controlled by the humans. Okay? So human will be controlling all the things. Okay? So there should be need somebody. Okay? So I'll just show you this one example here. See this one you can see. So health monitoring. So you can see like there are lots of sensors will be attached. These are all called as a wearable sensor. Easily we can wear on the clothes. Like how you keep your pen on the cloth. Like that you can have a sensor. So that will monitor your body. Like if you have any changes in the heart or anything, body temperature. So everything will be, that information will be collected from the microcontroller or IoT devices. Okay. And then again that will be through the hospitals or the particular doctor, and then it will be, the action will be taken. So you can see like this is like sensor layer, network layer, and finally the service layer. The last it will be reached to the particular person, okay, who will be in charge for you. Okay. So like that, this is just health monitoring. So here are, these are all like IoT devices like microcontrollers. When your Arduino board is a microcontroller. Okay, or we can use some other, all will be working with the internet. So if there is no internet, so nothing could be passed, no message will be collected, and no data will be passed to anything. So these are all like, even again these are all like different types of sensors, like we have different types of sensors. So we discuss the sensor one by one in the one other class. So basically the sensor, it will detect the changes in your environment. So we use a lot of sensors like IR, PIR, distance sensor, temperature sensor. So we'll try to work with some sensors and we'll do it. And actuators are nothing but mechanical sensors. Like whenever there is a movement, like whenever there is something pulling motors. So we use motor to pull something, right? So like that, actuators are also like type of sensor used for the mechanical things to move something. Okay, so this is just the basic things, the common sensor categories are. So actually, for see, you should do some online courses also. So here actually I have done a lot of courses from like this NPTEL course, and see if you do the courses, you will be getting more knowledge. Okay, so it's all available online. See, these are all courses you will be getting online. On Coursera you can learn, or you can learn through NPTEL or some particular universities. So because see, here we can just convey like the basic things, but because you will be free on more hours, so you try to take up some courses online. Okay, so most of the courses are free. Okay, but you will be benefited with more things because more hours you will be learning, and plus you will be getting a certification. If you have a certification, it's a valid that you are good in that particular domain. So that will show you like you are good in that particular subject or particular domain. So easily you will be recreated. Okay. So try to do some online courses so that you will be benefited with more knowledge. See here in the NPTL and all, like almost from IITs, NITs, the professors will be teaching from IIT and NITs in the NPTL and even in the Coursera. So Coursera also like 5 professors will be teaching. So we will try to convey you like what is required, but still you want more information and certification is important. So it's not like you are from computer science or any background. See, if you just say like you have done some certification in this domain, so that will add more weightage when you are going for a job. Okay, so at least you try to register. So almost all this courses will be free. Only for certificate in the NPTL you have to pay some amount. Okay, even if you are doing a course, if you are studying, this will add credits. So it will have some 2 credits, 4 credits will be added to the your course also. Okay. So try to do some courses so that you will be benefited, and it depends on you. Okay. See here, success is depends on the second letter, how you are doing. Okay. So we can just convey like what is required to you, and we can help you with what you can do it. But ultimately, because most of the time you will be free. Okay. So during that time you can utilize all these resources. Okay. And the basic you should learn first. If you know the basic, then the next level will be easier. Okay. So this is just the basic of IoT this thing. Next I just try to convert this hardware like devices. What devices we are using, you will just let you know. Okay, so this is called as a Raspberry Pi device. You just see this will be a credit card size, and it is almost similar to your CPU. See what you are doing with your CPU, you can do it in a better way. Okay, see your CPU, you do not have this sensor connection. See here you can see these are all sensor pins. There are 40 general purpose input output. We call it as GPIO pins. There are 40 pins are there. You could connect 40 sensor to this. Whereas for the CPU, you don't have any sensor pin, you cannot connect any pin. And moreover, it has a built-in Wi-Fi. Your CPU, some right now latest CPU are getting Wi-Fi. Earlier, you can't use Wi-Fi in your desktop. You need to get the adapter. You have to connect the adapter, then you can use. Whereas this device will come up with a built-in Wi-Fi. So built-in Wi-Fi will be there, built-in Bluetooth will be there, and it has HDMI connection. So easily you can connect to the monitor or projector, anywhere you can connect that. Okay? And even you can use your Ethernet. Okay, so Ethernet cable you can connect to use the internet. And that said, you have this USB ports. 4 USB ports will be there. So you can connect your keyboard, mouse, anything with the USB port you can connect. And it has a built-in chip in. See, everything is soldered here. So whereas in the CPU, we will plug everything. Like if you want to use the RAM will be plugged to the motherboard. You can remove the RAM or you can fix it. Whereas here also we'll have a RAM in this. We'll have 4 GB, 8 GB, but it is soldered into the board. Okay. And in a similar way, see we have a lot of things. These are all like soldered into this. You can connect your camera. There is a camera port, display port. We can connect your audio, all the things. What you are doing in the CPU, in a better way you can do it. And moreover, it is a very this of credit card size. Easily you can keep in your pockets. You can carry it anywhere. Okay, and even the hard disk, it has its own hard disk. Okay, so I think you have seen the hard disk, right? Yeah. So how will be the hard disk? What's the size of the hard disk? So almost it will be like 5 inches, 3 to 5. See here, the device itself, it is almost like 4 to 5 inches. See here, we will not use a hard disk, we will use the SD card. So minimum if you have a 16 GB of SD card, we can install an operating system. See, right now, if you are using your CPU or laptop, we use Windows, Microsoft company Windows like 9, 10, 8. Whereas here, we use a Raspbian as an operating system. Raspbian, it's a Linux based, like how we get the operating system like Linux, like Fedora, or any Mac OS. So we'll have this. See, all the things will be available freely. It's all open source. You can, whereas the Microsoft you have to purchase. So you want to install Microsoft Windows, minimum you have to take license of 1 year. It will be around like 3,000. So you have like personal or professional edition. So there are many edition in the Windows also. So whatever you get from Microsoft, it is not free. You have to purchase any software from Microsoft like MS Office, MS Windows, MS SQL, anything. So it has to be licensed, just to purchase, or else only it works on a trial basis. But whereas for this one, everything is available in a free source, open source, raspberrypi.org. If you go, so you can download the OS, you can install it. So I will show you how you can install the OS and how to download from the website. So everything I will be showing you further. So it uses it's a Raspberry as a OS. Okay, so again you can see here, see Raspberry Pi. So PA stands for Python interpreter. So it uses a built-in Python compiler. So we will be connecting sensor to the board and we will be writing a code using Python. Okay, and it will be code will be almost 5 to 10 lines of code only because we use lot of libraries. We will import the libraries. So I'm just showing you the description. So these are all like pins connecting for the sensors. Again, we have different models also in this. Okay, there are different types of models. So you just look at this. So this is like just the description of the board. I'll just show you physically the board to you. You can have a look at. So you can see, and it uses a different processor. So what processors are we using in the CPU? What is the processor we are using for the CPU or for your laptop?
Yeah, Pentium 1, Pentium 2 starts from there.
Pentium, like okay, it's like Intel Pentium. So it was like P1, P2, then we got dual core, Duo. Now we have like i3, i5, i7. Okay, so that was for the desktop on your laptop. Whereas for the Raspberry Pi, we use a different processor. It's like a called as Cortex processor. Yeah, so it is from a different company, not from Intel Pentium. So Broadcom processor we use BCM. Okay, that is called as a Broadcom processor. So it will be having some megahertz speed. Okay, so it will have micro SD card where you will install your OS, and even you can display this on the big screen or you can project it. We have HDMI as well as the display port. You can connect camera and you can record a video, audio, capture the images. We get a separate Raspberry Pi camera that will be high definition camera. So all these things, okay, we can use with this board. So this is just like one type of device, Raspberry Pi. Next one is just give an introduction. So we will go one by one. Okay. So we'll learn one by one with some programming. And this is called as Arduino board. This is also an IoT device. So you could see again it has the pins here. So it has digital pins, analog pins, where we'll connect the sensor. See, only for this board we'll get that slots to connect the sensor. Whereas for your normal CPU and desktop CPU, we don't get the pins for connecting sensor. We cannot connect a sensor. We cannot integrate anything. So here, this Arduino board is a combination of the hardware and the software. The software is the IDE where we write a code, and when you compile the code on the board, whatever the sensor you will connect, so we will be getting the output there. Okay. So we have to connect sensor to the board, and then we will be using it. Okay. So you can just see like it's open source electronic prototype. These are the founders of the Arduino board. So this again the microcontroller is built into that, and you need to first connect through a USB. Your board will get the power. See, it doesn't have a like we can connect to external source also. Even your Raspberry Pi also You can connect the external source for the power up, or you can connect your system for a USB. USB port will be there, so you will get power for this. And these are all like different types of Arduino boards again. So we discuss detailedly in the next slides. So here just I am showing you the overview of this board here. So again you can look at here. So the sensors, everything we can connect to the microcontroller. Microcontroller will be there in the Arduino board. So that like a processor. And again this is just description. So you can see like top we have the digital pins, bottom we have analog pin. We have like analog sensor, digital sensor, where we'll be connecting everything. And next, this part will give power for your sensor. So power out. Okay. So your sensor will power will be connected to there. Your sensor will take a power. Okay. And it has one more, and the processor is 8 mega. So this is a boot ladder actually. See here, a boot ladder in the sense, see when you write a code and if you have to upload the code, there is an option to upload. See, when you upload the code, it will store into the boot ladder. So permanently it will be there until you clear it. So there is a reset button at the top. When you hold it for 5 seconds, it will clear the code. If you don't clear it, your code will be stored in there, and whatever the code you have written, it will be executing. So that's why you can just see here, when you go to malls, no, your board will be connected somewhere. Board will be there, and the sensor also it will be connected, but it will be executing. Because the code you will write one time, I will upload the code, it will be in the boot ladder. So whatever the sensor you connected, if you just power your board, the sensor will be into the actions. Okay? So that's the advantage. Whereas when you use the CPU or any laptop, we have to open the IDE, we have to compile every time. So here it's only one time you should upload, it will be stored in the ladder, boot ladder. And then you need to just connect your sensor, so it will be working from the board. But board will be there somewhere, it will be not visible. So it works like that. You have the sensor, the board will be there, and it will be executing. So again the Raspberry Pi board and the Arduino board. So the differences we'll compare and the description, so all the things, okay. So we'll discuss, okay. So these are all like again more sheets on the Arduino board. So this is like editor for writing the code, okay. So we write a code here. So see these all things here in the Arduino, we need to have the board as well as the sensor, okay. So right now I have brought a board, if you want to I will show you. Or else we use a simulation software, okay. Because the board right now directly if you use, you may damage the board, or if you connect wrong way, your sensor may damage. So we have a simulation software called as Tinkercad. So we will be using that simulation tool, and virtually first we will be learning. So in the virtual also you will have the board, you will have the sensors, you will be first connecting, then you will write the code, writing code also have, and you have to start the simulation, so it will show the execution. So first we will be doing that in 1 or 2 classes, we will do that. So then there are some boards are there, so we use that. Okay. So this board also explained, if you want I can just show you later. So I will just show you the later. So it is like that. So your boards will be connected to the breadboard, and then we write a code, and then you will be getting this. See here, your output is on the LED, you can make on off, or some sensors we can make it on off. So it is like that. So this is the real hardware. So we can do that with the simulation software also. Okay? So you need not to buy. So the same experience you get. First we try with that. You should have a Gmail account for that. You need to log in with your Gmail account, and then whatever we are doing, it will store in our Google Drive. Okay? So next class we'll start that. Immediately we'll start the software. So this is a pro. I'll explain you how to write code and how to connect all those things. So this is a Tinkercad is a virtual software. So I'll just show you how you can do all the things, sensors will be there. Okay. So we'll try this. Okay. So any other doubts you have? If you have any doubts, you can ask me now. So
Can we extend the RAM? Can we extend the RAM in the board?
where's the board?
Yeah.
No, it's actually is built in, soldered into that. But we get like 8 GB, 4 GB in the markets when you go to buy.
As per our requirement, you can
Yeah,
buy.
so on the requirements, 8 GB RAM is around some 12,000. The price of the Raspberry Pi board is around 8 to 12,000 if you are going for 8 GB RAM. So if you have like 3 GB, 2 GB or 4 GB, so it is a older version actually. Now we are getting 8 GB. Earlier, like we started, it was only like 4 GB we were getting, 2 GB and 4 GB. That was costing around 5 to 6,000. So that we'll see later. So it's all depends on your interest. So really, if you're interested, but see, you should not think like you cannot do it. You are not a computer science student. So here, why this the code is less. The important thing is many of you you will hear like I will not understand writing the code, lengthy code. So here the Python and other IDEs will reduce your code. We use a lot of built-in libraries. That makes your work easier. So you can just import the library, you can call the function from that. So you have to call function like you want to record the video. So I will use like import by camera. I will call the function like dot capture. That's it. And then you want to record a dot start recording, and I'll give a duration. Till what time you want to record. So what is the duration you wanted to record? Then dot stop recording. So like this, almost all it will be very much easier. But it depends on you again. So it is all you like you have to take it forward. If you are interested, you can do it. Okay. So we'll see like if possible like even the weekend anytime if I am free. So we'll have the classes. Usually the first Saturday and third Saturday will be holiday for us. I'll be available. The other Saturdays actually till we reach here we will drop in. So it will delay 6:37. So like that we will be there. Or else we'll plan like on some other day if you are free, if I am free, I will come to office. So inshallah we will meet. But it depends again, it's on interest. Okay? So if you are interested, you can make change. Or else if you are not interested, you cannot do anything. So this is the right time. So at least if you work hard for 1 year, so the next 40-50 years will be fruitful. So now if you just spend your time just going there, here and all, so next year 40-50 years will be same thing. So just because this is the right time, like because you are looking for jobs, so you have to utilize the opportunity. You have to learn the latest things. So nowadays you do not to go to the institute. So everything online you can do it. So just you need some facilitators to provide you the knowledge. So everything you can sit at home you can do.
Basically guidance.
Yeah, guidance you need it. Everything. So all you can, because easily you can understand the things. And if you have doubts, you can clear it. Everything you can do it. So any other things you want? If you have any doubts, you can let me know.
Is Alexa like similar to IoT?
See, Alexa, it is not IoT, it is artificial intelligence. So it is through artificial intelligence. See, the IoT basically sensor and IoT devices. So these two will be used in the IoT. Sensor will use and the IoT devices like IoT boards, we call it as a IoT boards like Arduino board and then Raspberry Pi board. In that we have varieties of things. Okay? Like we have the smaller one, bigger one. So we have different categories in that. So that we will discuss one by one. So next class we'll start with the Arduino IDE and we'll use the virtual software. So even the board is the right one. If you want, I will just show you that Arduino board how we can use it. Okay, so I'll just okay, so we'll do that. So again, you just make out some time. So possible you can make a group. Any one of you just create a class group. You can add me and sir. So we'll try to meet somewhere. Or sir will be conveying you the times and
We
all.
have holiday next week. I guess Wednesday or Thursday. We have a follow-up. So morning.
Ganesh Chaturthi. Let's see. I'll just show you that board. I will show you one. So this is a okay, Arduino board. It's almost like 4 to 500. That's it. So you can see. So we have this connection sensor pins should be there. So these are all called as digital pins. 0 to 13 pins are there. We can connect sensor here, and here also we'll connect analog sensor. We can power up. So this should be connected to the USB of your system. You will get a power. You get LEDs in there, and then we'll connect the sensor to this, and then we'll use an IDE, okay, where the code will be very less. So we'll be using that. Okay. So this type of boards we use. Yeah. So this like Arduino board. In a similar way, we'll have Raspberry Pi also. Same. It is of same size. It is almost like your debit card size or a credit card size. So you can do a lot of projects. You can like our sir was showing like the blind stick. If you blind stick, it also works with the help of many students. They have done the project. So yeah, through this route. I will just show you one class. Even in our university, we will have a project component for them. They will be making some projects with blind stick. Many projects they have done it. So I will show you. I all with the board itself. So you can have this. No, because see here the board is for the boot ladder will store the code. It will in action when you have something like if I keep the IR sensor here, so IR sensor should detect something. If something is there, so it will detect and then so it will be getting to the action. So just if you have a sensor, it doesn't work. So with that, it has to be connected to the device because as I said, your sensor doesn't have a power. It doesn't have a battery or it doesn't have a built-in power. So it takes power from the board. The board itself, we have the pins okay, to give the power. We have ground and 3 volt, 5 volt. So when you connect that, your sensor will get a power from the, it will get active. Get power, it will get active. It has a specific OS also. The sensor has a OS, small OS will be there, but still it is not active. It will not be active in the beginning. We have to any of the that. So only then your sensor will be inactive and whatever the sensor you use. So depend on the sensor, it will be into the action. So try this. So we will start with virtually. Next class we just start the Tinkercad, and in the Tinkercad also. So you get everything. You get the board. You get the same board. You can virtually click and drag. You can connect your sensors. You can connect the LED. So you get all the sensors built into that. So I will show you that. Okay, we will do that in the next class. If possible, if you have your laptops, you can get. How many of you have laptops? So next class we will do Tinkercad. So we will do some experiments. Okay. I'll first show you about the board, and then we will go with the. Okay.
Do you have any doubts? Have a doubt? No doubts? So fine, we thanks sir for giving your precious time to us to explain us, mashallah sir.
Actually, I was there in Nagavar. I was just calling sir.
So by having his
Actually, I
committee.
remember some night after he was not done that. So we just made it.
So really thankful sir for giving us a precious time. Okay, thanks a lot for from all of us. We are thanking you. Thanks. So he's giving his precious time for the not for the terms of any money or something, doing a charity. So he has thought his work, to come youth to come out.
See, it is all depends on you. Like success is depends on second letter. So if you are interested, you can do a lot of things. So you have to show your interest. We can do a lot of things. So try to do some courses also online. Really, it will be benefit you. Even if you have a certification from NPTEL, Coursera, it will add more weightage in the resume. Because nowadays, all will have some certification. Okay, so it depends on your interest, what domain you are interested. Even data analysis also, it's very easy. So many mechanical professor and electronics, without any single knowledge of computer, they are working as data analysts. So even the package will be minimum is like 50 to 1 lakh will be there, or even the cloud engineers. So cloud, also like you can have some AWS like Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure. So if you are technically good in system administration, network administration, even you can get a cloud certification. So you get easily Amazon Web Services, easily you can go into that. So you should have a plan like you need to benefit it with something. Okay, but you have to expose it. Okay, so you cannot be good in all the domains. So figure out like which domain is suit you. So try to do some courses in that, and so that you will be expertise in it.
Get the idea where you are.
Yeah. So you have to see like whether I am good in programming or I am doing some technical things. So this is the right time you have to do it. Okay. So what is your interest? So depend on that you explore more things, so that you will be top on that. So you simply if you do here this that so you won't be get expertise in any of the field. When you go for an interview, so they will check your expertise. If you really have knowledge, it's just field your knowledge. So depend on that you can easily go into the domains. And as well as your graduation is must. Okay. So minimum now your graduation is just like a 10th standard level. So after that also you can do your post graduation. Even there are many online there like KSO. So even that is valid for government jobs also. So you need to have master degree also. If you study more, the more opportunities you get, and in the future surely it will be useful. So now it may not, you may feel like it may not useful. Later, like after some years, surely it will benefit you. But during that time, you cannot study. So now this is a time you have, your parents are willing to spend on you, you can study now. So whatever is possible, you will try to study now. Later, surely it will be helpful to you. So at least master degree also you should try. So if you are not able to go to the university or college, so many like online also you can do. So you will be getting benefited, and plus certification is important. So certificate like you are eligible for that particular job.
Sure.